So we started this project on, let's say, a little bit before Memorial Day weekend, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and the plan was to go climb 22 pitches to honor 22 veterans committing suicide in the United States. Yes or no?
Daily, yeah.
Daily, right?
That's what they say. That's the statistics.
Right. So that was the plan, and the first go around involved, a 22 pitch climb in Squawstruck, or called Squawstruck, out in Provo, Utah, and that's like a 8-hour drive. Andy and I went out and went for it, very much full blown into it. Two young lads going about their business. And it was only supposed to be cloudy.
Yeah.
God damn it. We got rain the fuck off of it at the top of pitch 2.
The climbing gods have yet to shine upon us. It's 4:20 in the morning. 4:20, woo! And
Yeah.
we're getting pissed all over. Yeehaw!
The wake up, man. Oh my god, that like submarine dive fucking alarm.
Alarm,
And, like,
yeah.
dude, yeah. Andy almost rearranged his topper on the back of his Tacoma with his fucking noggin.
Alright. Little after 2 a.m. Boys are setting out. Danger. Oh my god, dude. You woke up so abruptly. Oh, dude. I was like, we're good. We're good, man. Friendly.
And then it was just go time. But yeah, by 4:20 a.m. the boys had been shut down. The plans had gone very much into flames, and there was not much to work with, just given the rain
And lightning.
and lightning.
Like
that was
God
below
bracketing us.
God was bracketing us. We were trying to not get got by God,
Yeah.
but he was working on it. So we got rained off on our first attempt. Sad day for the boys. We tried hard and we got our shit pushed in. In classic fashion, the Andrew Bragg and Dobson backcountry trying to go do stuff, curse or blessing, depending on your perspective. Yeah, we got our shit pushed in on this one. So, cut to the next next 2 work weeks, and start us off at the beginning of the next work week, like leading into when we shot out there on Friday night. What kind of hours were you working?
Oh, man. So we were doing a house set up near Frisco, or not Frisco, Fairplay and Alma area.
Andy's a log cabin technician.
Yeah, it's the technical term. Yeah, I stack logs. But yeah, so we were setting this house up there. Beautiful view from this top of this mountain. This guy had some great property. But 3 days it took us to set this house. He had a house and a garage, so it was like 3 trailers worth of logs to set.
How many corners?
Oh man, I don't remember.
All right.
It was a lot.
Carry on.
But so 3 13-hour days, and then the rest of the week we were spent in the shop building this other house that has like 20-something corners, like I think 21 corners. Just up and down log walls all week, and yeah, like long days, pretty tiresome.
With a 22 pitch sportineering objective
Yep.
in the back of your head.
Yep, that's all I could think about all week.
And no doubt. Yeah, dude. Fucking rowdy. So I started off after a day of work, 5th day of work, going about up to my friend's place in Frisco, or Silverthorne, and getting set up, just parking my car. Andy's coming to grab me. We're going out to grab this objective. We had a 3-day Memorial Day weekend time frame before, and to get this objective, to go about this business this time around was like, damn the torpedoes, really. So we had 16 hours minimum worth of driving. We had sleep to consider. We had food to consider. We had 22 pitches, which is definitely more than Andy and I had ever climbed in a day to consider. Didn't know the terrain really, just was very like, whoa, we're halfway there. But it was kind of pushing the boat out and seeing what happened, pushing the Tacoma out and seeing what happened with me and my buddy. And I'll let Andy take it from here. We drove the fuck out there and took a picture at night. This is at 3 a.m.
Yeah, we linked up and
Frisco.
at like 8. Yeah, Frisco at like 8:30 at night.
Work ran long.
Yeah, like just not even the thought of when we would get there. Like we're just like, all right, let's go. We we gotta go.
Yeah.
And we pushed on, got to the trailhead at like 3 in the morning, and we're like, all right, like wake up 6, let's get some Z's and go from there. And that's what we did.
Get some.
Yeah, we didn't even eat dinner, dude. Like we got off work and just linked up. Like,
yeah. Well, it was fucking important, man.
Yeah, yeah. We only had the 2 days to fit it in. I mean, Memorial, like,
yeah.
Before we had all Memorial Day weekend, and we're like, all right, we're good. But
for sure,
this time we had to push hard.
Condensed time window. Having your shit pushed in the first go around.
Yeah.
It was very much like, what is this gonna take, and then also like, consider that to a point as far as food and water goes. Past that, it's just like, how bad do you want this, boys?
Yeah, I mean, most people having driven through the night, get there at 3, have to start at 6, like they'd be like, nah, bro, like, let's go home.
That's bullshit.
Not us. Not us. We're like,
right.
Let's roll.
Yeah, carry on.
Yeah.
Charlie Mike, my dude. All right, sports fans, round 2. Running on less than optimal levels of sleep, but you're gonna have that on the big jobs. Round 2. None of you guys have ever climbed with Andy, but he's a ruthless bastard, and he does not give a fuck about how much you have slept, nor does he care if you can climb what you're trying to climb. What he wants is effort. He's like a drill sergeant, mate. Not so much a drill sergeant, but the guy will drive you through the night to get you to the base of an objective that he wants to climb, and then he makes you feel like you're a part of, and like you're not just a passenger. And you want to just go with the guy. Hey! But yeah, it's a rowdy fucking time to go with Andy climbing anywhere. Minus that, what happened at 6 a.m.
Well, little do you know, I actually got up at 5:30.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
mate?
I couldn't sleep, man. I was just like so excited. So I got all my gear straightened and stuff, like the rope and stuff, and just looked at her because the sun was coming up, and she was just on the horizon, man, and just kind of
full blown,
just getting in the
in
zone.
Your heart objective.
Yep,
yeah.
like
Understood.
This is it. This is the day.
Uh-huh.
And I just, waited for like half an hour, and then the alarms went off, and I was like, all right, go time, bud. Let's go.
Yeah. I remember I had about 5 minutes between the alarm going off and you slapping my feet. Like, hey.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Like,
You fell back asleep.
Right.
I was like, all right, dude. Like,
you're right.
Wake up, bud.
All right, you're right.
But yeah.
Hell yeah.
But then, we got our gear straightened up and started pitch 0. Yeah. The approach. You want to tell me about that?
Sucks, guys. The approach doesn't give a shit about you or how you feel.
Yeah.
Or how much sleep you've had, and that's the last time I'll mention it. But
if anything, you want to complete all 22 pitches just so you don't have to do the approach again.
for real, halfway up the approach, you're like, this is the last time I'm doing this. So we're going all the way up, or I would prefer vultures picking my corpse off the talus field, because I'm just not into this again. But yeah, gearing up. So you got quick draws, you got your 70-meter rope, you got 2 harnesses, you've got a backpack filled with a 6-liter of water, some beef jerky, some beef sticks. One of the ingredients in the beef sticks was beef hearts.
Yes.
So yeah, I would think a vegan could climb this climb, but maybe not.
Debatable.
No doubt. So that was getting up to pitch 1. Once we get up to pitch 1, when we had gotten rained off the fucker on Memorial Day weekend, we had played Rochambeau for it. I won, and I needed something to wake me up, and I was also curious as to how the limestone was going to treat us. I was like, all right, let me get some bloody fingers, like, get me into this. And yeah, climb pitch 1, liked it. So that's just what Andy and I went with at the beginning of this, the actual climb. So yeah, it was good. Pitch 1 was still aggressive limestone wise.
Yeah. You don't grab the limestone grabs you.
Mother Russia.
All right, starting with pitch 1. This was Seth's lead. It was a 510B, 110 feet, 13 bolts. Sharp slab to a chassis roof. Turn roof on left side. Hollow jugs above roof. Some crimpy moves lead to easier climbing to a bolt anchor. Go ahead, Seth. Tell us how that was leading.
You are basically, I've done it at 4, let alone I've done it at like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And I've done it at like 7 a.m. And I would much prefer 7 a.m. There is no Starbucks at the middle anchor.
Oh, man. Yeah. It was nicer belaying you when I could see you and not just watch your headlamp.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No doubt. Yeah, the second go around felt much more comfy. You start to feel out like the grade of the rock and everything, which is, excuse me, a pandemic in the climbing community. You don't know like who's done what. But after you climb that first pitch, you start to get a feel of like, okay, this is college 510. But also you have respect for like the person who has bolted it. It's no bullshit at all, because you know you're going to be doing what you're doing all day. But there's for sure a point in time where, you're happy to take the first pitch. And throughout the climb, Andy and I both were looking at each other, talking about how it was like, I'm so psyched you led that pitch.
Yeah. It's like, man, I'm glad Seth's leading this one. That's like, it kind of sucked being the follower too, though, because you had to haul that bag.
Off the bottom too, you got 22 pitches to climb. So whoever is belaying from the ground starts off with the pack, and that fucker was.
I mean, you're on top belay, so like if you fall, you're not going anywhere. But just having that extra weight, like on 510 pitches, it's like
it's endurance. It's not like peak performance climbing, and you've just got like a mountain stacked on a mountain as far as anything Andy and I have ever done before.
Was there like any like cool like move you remember on that pitch that you were like, oh, that was cool,
I remember it being at least the first time like
an eye opener, like, okay, this is it.
Like, yeah
this is what it's gonna be like.
Definitely remember bleeding the first time we went out on Memorial Day, where I was like, oh man, all right, like this rock's gonna stab me back.
Yeah.
And that's cool, but it's also not gonna keep me from falling.
Yeah.
When we do get up this thing. Just to cut back to like that first go round, dude, when the clouds closed in and like we're looking down at the city of Provo, like not a shit city at any point in time. I mean, college campuses and everything.
Yeah.
Dude, like it closed in quick.
Oh yeah, those
we started,
clouds just smashed against the side of that mountain we were on.
Started climbing and looking at lightning happening to the west. And by the time we got to pitch 2, it was very much, I don't know if that was the Mormon gods or what, but they wanted us to be done.
Yeah, they were not very happy with us.
Pitch 2.
All right, pitch 2. It's a easy 5-8, 75 feet, 8 bolts. Though I don't know how accurate these bolt counts are.
Yeah, we found discretionary.
Yeah.
If we were to bring lawyers up there,
Yeah.
we might have had legal action to take. Moving right along.
Cross from the pillar/tower to the main wall via the leap of faith, and clip the chain anchor, which you would rappel from if you were rappelling the route.
Copy.
And then climb up easy terrain to a dihedral.
Mm-hmm.
That's the description. I led this one. Super
Andy
easy 5-8, but probably one of my favorite pitches because,
dude, it's awesome.
yeah, it was just the crack. Like, you
Yeah.
get a good hand jam in limestone. It's a very rare occasion. Yeah, that leap of faith was, I don't know, kind of reminded me of a mini karate kick from, like the Solo movie where he had to do that move.
Free solo, Alex Honnold.
Yeah.
Dude, the first time we climbed it was, the time we got pissed off of it by the rain, right? But I definitely remember, I mean, you had such a fucking hard-on for this climb, and I remember being up there with you completely, like, sleep-starved and everything, and looking at your little headlamp in the fucking dark, and very much, man, like, I could see the peak. There was, like, just enough light to see the peak, and I have this very, cut and vivid image of you at the bottom, not even at the bottom of Peak 8, but after the traverse forward over into the rocks and the leap of faith. Yeah. Dude, and I was like, I want him to think that he can be able to climb this by himself, but also, like, dude.
Yeah.
We're already in some shit. We're on pitch 2.
Pitch 2.
Granted, I was looking at lightning, so that that affects that comment. But yeah, I was just like, fuck, man.
But yeah, I mean, it was one of the easier pitches. I just liked it because it had a crack, and I like rock climbing, and you get in that little dihedral corner, and you just get some good hand jams, and flew right up that one. That one was pretty easy.
You did.
Yeah, it was easier in the light,
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, pitch 3. This was led by Seth. It's 5'9", 60 feet, 8 bolts. Make some mantle moves on Chaucy Rock. The rock gets better shortly. Go to the right of the bush on some 5'9" moves and belay on a nice ledge.
Yeah. Cruiser, but also you're considering your strength down low, and you haven't done shit yet. So while it was cruiser, it was also like, how much of this do we have? It also gets harder up higher, and I mean, we did it. So moving right along.
All right, pitch 4. I led this one. It was a 5'10B, 50 feet, super short, 7 bolts. Nice slab leads to steep climbing over the left side of the roof. Belay at the Great Ledge. It was pretty steep. It had amazing hold so the whole way. It made you feel really cool because you're kind of leaning back and getting your feet up so you can reach the next holds. But,
woo.
Yeah, but for the most part, I wouldn't consider it 5'10B, but it was definitely getting you ready for those roofs above.
Good warm up.
Yep.
Also, Andy's a stud.
All right, pitch 5. This was led by Seth. This is 5'9", 60 feet, 8 bolts. Go right, then go up through the frosted flakes and some beautiful white rock. turn a roof before the belay on the ledge.
Mm-hmm.
Anything memorable about this pitch?
Man, the first 8 went quick.
Yeah,
I'll be
they did.
honest.
Yeah.
They really did.
Mhm.
Not to take them lightly at all, but yeah, the first 8 went like Andy had already kind of gone and done it. So if there was something to worry about, he would have told me about it. But yeah, also you're starting off. I mean, this is what the first third of what we're getting into.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not trying to put too much mental effort or fear or anything into the first third, just going off your buddy. But also, like it's coming. You're climbing towards something that you probably haven't fucked with before, and you're doing it on very little sleep. So
Yeah.
that's what's in the back of your head at this point.
All right, pitch 6. I led this one. 510C, 105 feet, 10 bolts. Climb through a band of chalky rock to the first crux. Then head right over a sandy brown roof. Again, another roof for me. They just keep throwing them
Andy
my
caught
way.
fucking all the roofs for the most part.
Yeah. Oh, that was the second crux. Belay at a 3-bolt anchor. On a ledge. Yeah, just this one was... That first crux for me was so much worse than the second. Between those 2 bolts, man, there's very little to hold on to and not a lot of feet. So that was pretty rough. But that pulling that roof, that was nothing. We were pretty fresh at that point, so it was like,
Yeah,
just up and over and let's go. Let's fucking go.
One more time with the pitch.
What's that?
Which pitch?
That was pitch 6.
No doubt. Yeah, I do remember that.
Yep.
No doubt. Aggressive, dude.
Yeah.
While we were climbing it, I was like, not only did he drive himself out here with, his woman at the time, but like, fuck's sake, he's doing this.
Yeah.
No doubt, man. You're a goddamn stud.
Not
being friendly. Carry on.
All right, are we next pitch?
Next pitch, man.
Pitch,
Yeah.
pitch 7. This was you. 510A, 95 feet, 9 bolts. Turn the roof and climb up jugs on good rock to the ledge. I remember this one, I think.
Go on.
It was... Well, maybe I don't.
Okay.
Oh, no, yeah, I do, because this was before... The pitch right before I topped us out on that big ledge on 8.
Yeah.
I remember the beginning was kind of tricky, dude. There was like a left hold you had to reach for. That was a hard move for me to follow. I'm a short guy, so I don't have the reach you do. I kind of had to do a leap.
Nothing makes you feel better as a strong, lengthy climber. Not even strong. A totally moderate, lengthy climber.
Yeah. You're a strong climber. Come on.
Fucking whatever. Glad, we sorted it out. What was cool for me at this point was stretching past the top of Peak 8.
Yeah. Pitch 8 is a 5.8 or a 5.10A.
Yeah.
It's like 40 feet, super short, 5 bolts. Go up and right, carefully stand on a very tip of a pillar and make a interesting move. 5.8 or 5.10A, depending on how you do it, to the belay. I don't know. I felt we did it the 5.10A way because that was pretty rough. Like, there's no feet. You were leaning back quite a bit, and you just had to go all arms and pull up and over.
Yeah.
From what I remember.
At this point, too, we're like definitely considering economy of energy.
Yeah.
Where it was,
Mm-hmm.
if you got to grab a quick draw, like, go about it.
Yeah.
Like, we've got a kitchen sink style of climbing to go up this massive
we are on pitch 8 of
bitch.
22.
Yeah, mate.
And the harder of the pitches are above us, so conserve energy.
So we get to the top of pitch 8.
Here we are, top of pitch 8.
And there's a big ledge, which kind of tempts you into even attempting this at any point in time, right? Because you're like, oh, there's walk-offs.
Oh, yeah.
There's like, you can go hard, and then if it doesn't work out, like, you can kind of get out of there.
Yeah, because, like, that ledge kind of, you can walk to a wrap area, like the little I mean, obviously we couldn't do it when it rained because it was drainage, you know.
Yeah.
But it's a get off option, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the top of 8, and the top of 11 links to that same ledge, so you can
Right.
walk off there too.
No doubt.
Basically,
I loved when we got to where we were both committed to like terrain neither of us had been in.
Yeah.
That's where I was like, okay, we've done it to a point.
Yep, and that was
And then
the
like
point.
how
Pitch
far?
8.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Top of pitch 8 was a point, and then how far are we gonna push this?
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
couple pitches later, 9, 10, and 11, as per Mountain Project, you know, not the best, but go climb them if you want to do the thing properly.
Yeah, if you want to do it proper, definitely
Yeah.
get them in. But 9, 10, and 11. I don't even want to read the descriptions. They weren't even that
No,
good.
yeah, I'm not gonna make you.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
like,
make you.
I
But
did not enjoy them.
It's climbing versus hiking. It's also, you know, it's by any means, you know,
Hike around them. That's my
hike around unless you want the full blown.
22, which was what the experience we wanted. So I'm glad we did them. But
Yeah, me too.
at the same time, it's like if I do it again, I'm not going to include those pitches because.
I love that you're still thinking if I do it again. I'm like, fuck no, man.
Oh, dude, I've got the next objective on mind right now. Just keep going, man. Just
Copy
keep
that.
Going. Keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Copy that. So we get on top of pitch 11, and there's a talus field. For those of you not familiar, a talus field's basically where a cliff's crumbling and it kind of catches like some horizontal ground, so you can walk. And moving right along, we see this cave. It's easily 95 degrees at this point. We're looking uphill.
Sun's getting on the rock at this point.
Yeah, sun's getting on the rock. I've definitely looked up at lower things and have climbed less to get to this perspective, so that we've got plenty of mountain above us, and there's this bit of a respite in a cave. So
that's the halfway, right? Top of 11. That's halfway.
12.
Much
bottom
needed.
of pitch 12. Bottom of pitch 12.
Much needed get out of the sun, you know, escape from the heat. How long do you think we chilled in the cave for?
It was 12:15 to 1.
Yeah.
It was about 40. Let's just call it 45.
Yeah.
It was 12:15 to 1, and like we weren't talking much. It was.
Yeah, I mean, like at that point, well, we drank a lot of water because like part of us was like, you know, the trail climbers, like if we drink more water, then the bag will be less heavy, you know.
Yeah.
It's like,
which if you've never started climbing off from the bottom of a cliff with 6 liters of water and some beef jerky and like gear on your harness,
yeah,
you wouldn't understand, and that's okay. But yeah, it's a weight to it's a power to weight ratio.
Yeah, and
to say the least.
but we also didn't want to drink too much because we definitely needed it when it got up there.
Yep.
So it was a balancing act.
It better, dude.
Yeah, dude. We got it
balanced
right.
act like an MF.
Yeah.
So we're in the cave. You know, took some videos, some photos. It's awesome, dude. At this point, but, you know, I'd never climbed 12 pitches in a row. Have you? Granted, with ledges, this isn't like a sheer wall.
No,
there are ledges.
This is 360 feet to the next ledge.
All right. Whew.
You know, full blown honesty, but like, it's not fucking easy either.
What's Royal? How many pitches is that? I mean, you can link so many of those pitches, but like if you did every single pitch, what is Royal?
I don't know. Even the head wall's kind of like ledgy, and that's 3 pitches.
Is it 3?
It's 3. The head wall's 3.
Okay.
I think on Mountain Project it's like 12-15, but it's like Squawstruck versus like Royal Flush on Mount Royal is different animal.
Yeah, 100%. Not the same.
Different scale. Yeah, watch.
You're climbing 5.7s, 5.8s in Royal, and then you get to Squawstruck, and it's 5.10, 5.10, 5.10, 5.10, 5.8, 5.10, 5.10, 5.9. You know.
Yeah. Watch your commitment level, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, dude. So bottom of pitch 12, there's a fucking cave. It was made with mining prospecting equipment, as far as I know right now, which is even dumber than bringing like a Hilti.
I heard that the guy, he just brought a wood chisel and just chiseled at the rock.
No fucking way, mate.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. It's like Oswald,
Lee
Corbin,
Oswald?
and no, not but yeah, he just brought a wood chisel and just started chiseling one day, and he just made that cave. Legend has it.
All right.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Rumor is that that's how that cave was.
Some say he's
started.
still out there.
Yeah, chiseling.
Chiseling. So we're in the cave at the bottom of pitch 12. There's a bolt line that we haven't quite realized is just right at the right side, looker's right of the cave. But give us the description, Andy.
Yeah, so pitch 12 is a 510C, 100 feet, 13 bolts, thought-provoking slab climbing with a couple bulgy sections. Limestone I don't consider slab, like there's so much like grippy,
Moab.
Yeah, like so for that to be considered slab climbing, like nah, there was so many good like crimp holds and stuff, like I wouldn't consider that slab. But
Gotcha.
But like I had to do no smearing, at all. It was pretty crimpy, but it was getting after that like 45-minute break, getting back moving. I was like, getting back out in the heat.
Yeah.
I put on that like
for real.
That like hoodie just to keep the sun off of me, which was like the right move. Because I felt so good in that thing.
We're like hurting. We're on 3 hours of sleep. Hate to quit bringing it up. We tried our hardest not to think of it. So now we're making you think of it. But yeah, it was.
I didn't think of it. Were you thinking of it?
No, hell no. But like we're trying to bring the listeners along.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, Andy set off after a 45-minute break where we did not talk a lot. It was energy conservation.
Yeah.
The only thing that separated us from like rock lizards in the desert hanging out, like, going about their business, was we were in a prospecting cave and we had 10 more pitches to go. And it was real. We were comfortable, relatively comfortable, but also we knew we had fucking work to do.
Yeah.
And we didn't want to talk about it to like build it up.
Yeah.
It was just like, okay, we're here now.
I think each one of us was just kind of dreading the other one, being like, all right, let's go. Like let's keep climbing. We were just like, like, all right, let's just sit in the cave for a minute.
It's the sly balance between like, breath and calories and sleep versus like being the dickhead who's like, now we will climb.
Yeah. But that was me.
It was also Andy.
I'll take credit for that.
No doubt. But anyway, Andy leads us out of pitch 12.
Yep, pitch
boldly,
12.
Bravely.
Yes, back into the heat and the sun.
Yep.
And it wasn't that bad. Okay.
I knew we had not done shit by pitch 12. It was awesome to have the cave and like take a break and everything, but it was very much like denying or delaying any sort of decision. It's like, all right, there's no real reason why we shouldn't keep going up.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like, I'm not going to be the guy who says, like, oh, let's start rappelling. This is too crazy. There was none of that.
No, there was no turning back at this point. We had already set. Basically, if you set forward at pitch 12, you're at the point of no return, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, if you start pitch 12, you're going for the summit.
Yeah. Pitch 8, they could probably get you off with the helicopter.
You can build a log cabin on that shelf.
You don't say, you log cabin builder. No doubt. Yeah. But, like, for all the dehydration and everything else, we were still very much mission forward. But yeah, pitch 13, if I could remember details, was definitely... I knew pitch 14 was the crux, people. The crux, C-R-U-X, if you've never heard of it, is the hardest part of a climb. Whereas, like, afterwards you can keep climbing and expect nothing to be harder than that. But for sure, beforehand, you're climbing up to it, there's a mental arithmetic that goes on where you're like, well, how's that gonna be? And that's all I have to say about that.
So pitch 13, you led, and yeah, just that's you were worried about the next one, huh?
I was, dude. I was
excited for it.
Nice. Awesome. Go on.
So pitch 14 was the 511 A or B, depending on how you pulled the roof.
No doubt.
And it was a roof, but like, dude, like pitch 14 leading up to it, like, dude, it was like a ladder till you got to the roof.
Yeah.
It's like a 5-8,
easy climbing,
like, yeah.
But then a hefty move.
Oh,
man.
yeah, like once you get to that was like, it was like one or two moves of 511.
And I'm not gonna let Andy downplay it. He fell the fuck off.
Oh, fuck yeah,
of the A variant.
Yeah.
Good. Let's call it a 7-footer.
Yeah.
7-footer, but you're also like at this point, what, 1,200, 1,400 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
Like there's no tumbling and catching yourself. Also, the system's good. We know it's good.
Oh, yeah.
We're into bolts.
Yep.
But that is not to diminish Andy's fucking ballsiness.
Oh, dude. So
it's take us through the crux.
Yeah, this is it was the best part of the climb for me. So you got this roof that you have to pull, and I was reading the beta on Mountain Project, and it says to go left. That's the easier route. That's the 511A. And I was like, okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go left. And I get under there, and there's this undercling, and then you have to kind of go up and over the roof, and left was just not working for me, dude. Like, I went for it, did not have a good hold, and like you said, just fell. And it was a great catch, by the way, buddy. Fell into nothingness, the coolest feeling you can have. Like, I always worry about
overhanging rock.
Yeah. Just the exposure was so gnarly. It was so cool, dude. Like, it was the coolest pitch ever. And but like I wasn't even looking at the exposure. I was just like, how am I gotta get us up and over this, you know, because I was lead. So so I'm like, okay, took that fall, immediately looked at the harder side, and I was like, this looks better. Like, oh, I fell on the A, let's go for the B, you know. Like, and nailed it first time, you know, it just worked for me. I undercling my right hand as far as I could right, worked my feet up.
Good undercling.
Oh yeah, it was a solid undercling. Shot my left hand up and over, grabbed this little hold of whatever, like a little corner.
Pinch.
Yeah, it was enough for me to let go of my right hand, get a draw in that bolt, clip it, and freaking go, you know. That was gnarly. So like, took right there, you know. but got over the roof, and then the next section didn't let up. There was a couple of squirrely moves with very few holds, and I don't remember it. I just remember getting in the zone and just gunning it through that section. I even missed a bolt, dude. I didn't even clip that bolt.
I know.
Which ended up being good because, like, it didn't force your hand. You could have gone left at that point, you know? Yep. So I was like, all right, cool. But just gunned it to the freaking anchors on this ledge. And that's when I looked down and noticed the exposure, dude. I was like, oh, like, that's cool.
We were, like, too tired to take in the aggressive.
Yeah.
At this point,
I was just focused on getting up and over, dude. Yep. Like, I didn't have time to look down. But once I got to that anchor, and I was like, fuck yeah, it was such a good feeling. I just powered through that 511 roof, and then I looked down, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like that. Like, that's a
oh
yeah oh. And then belaying you, man, like that was cool because I was just watching you the whole time, like, and like just. I was on a good shelf, you know. It was a good belay shelf, so I was chilling, leaning back, and just looking at the exposure and watching you come up. I was like, I wish I would have whipped my phone out, but like that wasn't a thought at that point.
No, you had to be full-blown belay duty.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm glad you did not.
No, I wanted to get a picture of you so that we could have captured that exposure moment, but like I said,
all good.
I was all about getting
That's
you
what
up
sticks
because
in my head right now is those two pitches, 14, 15. But fucking cheers, mate.
Yeah. So the description for pitch 15 is a 510B. I think it was harder than that. It's 60 feet, 7 bolts, climb up the face, then head into the corner to some guano dropped holds. At the roof, turn the arete to the right and face massive exposure as you crimp your way to the belay.
Copy that, yeah. So
I think you headed right up that arete. That's the route you took.
Yeah, man, yeah.
And yeah, that was gnarly.
So we tucked in like two scared little children into the hanging belay. For like exposure being what people don't understand. If you understand exposure, you understand it's like a spot that you can handle because you understand how like the rope system works, how your harness works and everything. But it's also like, hey, if any of that were to fucking degrade or like snap, like I'm fucked or you're fucked. Like you understand you're falling to your death. So imagine that feeling. That's exposure. Andy's on a hanging belay having pulled the crux of this route. So he's done the hardest part as far as we are to expect. And now it's my job to get up to him, to switch out quick draws, to make sure I'm anchored off to his belay and go about getting us the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel good. You're like, okay, cool, we've done the hardest part, but also like we need to keep performing because it's not okay to stay here. So that's the feeling. Andy loads me up with quick draws. I set off to the right. There's a roof above me. There's an arete on my right. It pretty quickly becomes obvious that like I need to climb up, but also right, which definitely, as far as exposure goes, exposes me to more exposure.
Yeah. Even more exposure.
Yeah. That
first bolt was, I mean, in my eyes, maybe it was just because of the exposure.
No,
it was so
bolt,
high. I was like, oh my God, don't fall.
Yeah. That first bolt sucked.
Yeah.
Also, you got to take into consideration, like, our fucking, like, understanding of what's going on, our comfort level with where we're at right now on planet Earth is pretty well pegged. Andy has just climbed the crux of this 22 pitch route. It's not about going on or getting down. It's about carrying on,
completing the mission.
Well, it's completing the mission, but it's like we can't complete the mission in the next 5 seconds what needs to happen in the next 5 seconds doesn't happen. Climb up left into this roof, left facing, fucking arete, left facing, and get this bolt, clip it, grab the draw, fucking swing out to the right. Dude, fuck me.
To me, pitch 15 was harder than the crux pitch, dude.
Like,
I was so glad you led it,
the whole time, guys. Like, this has been something Andy and I have talked about. Was always like, I was climbing past, parts on the route that I was like, Jesus, glad Andy led this, and Andy was climbing past parts on this route where he was like, glad Seth climbed this.
Yeah, I was like, man.
Yeah. At no point in time could we have ever done this on our own.
Yeah.
And at no point in time should we have pretty much ever done it.
Honestly,
it was so fucking out there, dude.
Yeah, we made it.
We made it. We knew what we were up to. We knew enough to keep each other safe. I'll say that.
Yes.
But we definitely pushed the fucking boat out on this one.
Oh yeah.
And minus, we were here in Rockfall, like across the valley. next to us. Like, that valley was alive. That mountain was alive.
Yeah.
And it does not give a fuck if you go up or down it.
Yep.
Yeah. Rowdy shit. So I got through pitch 15. Felt pretty proud of it.
Oh yeah,
but
dude,
you know,
should.
fuck, you're
I
proud.
said that was rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, pitch 15. All right, you got, you know, like what, 7 more? Like,
I don't know math too well, but yeah, 22 minus 15, whatever that is.
yeah, that many.
That many left, and it's, you know, almost 100 degrees, and your water's running low.
Yeah.
And
It was that. No, we didn't get to the gurgle till we got to that last ledge.
yeah. So
Yeah.
15, you had 16. You took us up to 16.
16 brings us to the last ledge.
No doubt. And we will tell you all about it. At this point, you have to understand that, like, your life is in the other person's hands. You are going about something where, like, if you don't trust the other person to take care of you, it's not fun at all because you're worried. There was no worry.
No, dude,
Yeah.
that thought never crossed my mind.
Yeah. So you get to enjoy the environment.
Mm-hmm.
It was incredible. And, you know, you're hearing fucking the wind whip off swallows' wings and everything.
And
Like,
that was cool.
you are up there. You know, there are no Mormons to tell you anything.
They're all down in town.
They are down in town and going about their business, and good on them. Praise be unto them. So yeah, we have made our way out of the crux pitches. There's a certain level of concern that has now been lifted off our spirits.
Yes.
And Andy has taken draws off my harness and carrying on upwards.
Yeah, I remember. So 16, it's 510D. Oh, let me read the description here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so 510D, it's only 50 feet. It wasn't very long. 7 bolts. Move the belay to 2 bolts, 10 feet to the right. Climb up the very thin slab. Some balancy moves, some big moves. Hard pitch to read. Belay at 3 bolts. So I would agree with this description. This one was rough. Like,
it was fucked up,
dude. Yeah.
Our nerve endings were well raw coming off of 14 and 15.
Well, I just remember, we just spent a lot of energy on those 2 pitches, and then we looked at this 510D.
Trying to figure out if we belong here, type feeling.
Yeah. But like, I just remember it was like looking down and to the right, and that's where like the bolts were. It's like, why would you go down and to the right? Like you're supposed to go up, you know? Like,
yeah. And it looked like scarce climbing. It wasn't featured rock.
No.
It was like, hey, you're supposed to go over here. Here's your 2-bolt anchor.
Yeah.
And then also, like, fuck your face.
Well, yeah, just like the moves, the holds were just so. I mean, they were like just the minuscule fingertips, like 2 fingers, like just 1 finger
crimper,
tip, you know,
micro crimper.
Dude,
status.
like, yeah. And like, I remember we sat there for a while at that belay, just like contemplating if we literally saw the bolts over there. We're like, what if we just go up and to the left? Yeah. You know, like, it's like
we were looking at variations.
Yeah, we're just like,
at this point too, you're so into the adventure. Like, it was what bolts can we climb around? Like, the objective is the top. Like, if we don't need to fucking deal with, you know, XYZ, we'll make a way or find a way.
But I'm glad that I came to the decision, and I was like, no, fuck that. I'm gonna go for the bolted route. And we went to bolted route, and it was rough. There was one move that I had my hooks from trad and egg climbing on my harness for some reason. I knew the reason what the reason was. It's because it was limestone, and I originally was going to do this, try to do this one by myself. So I always bring my hooks, especially on limestone, just in case to get you through some rough edges. But Seth came through for me, and we did this one. And but I still had my hooks on the harness, And I remembered that at that moment because there's just so many little crimper moves, and I'm like, oh fuck, I can use my hook here. Like instead of using like the very tip of my one finger, I can just throw a hook right there, and that's what I did to get through that pitch.
We were well past any sort of like style concerns.
Yeah.
It was fuck your face. We're going about this. We're getting to the top of this mountain.
Yep, I did one hook move.
One hook move
to
guys.
get me to the next draw, and then after that, it was like smooth sailing.
Crucify us on the forums.
Yeah.
You purists.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I had it on my equipment. I used it.
No doubt.
Yeah.
French free. Yeah, there was an aid move. Go up there.
Yeah.
On 3 hours of sleep, guys.
If it was the first pitch, I would have done it proper. But
yeah,
it was the 16th, so
no doubt. Look, and he's being coy about it. I'm gonna, if you're listening to this right now, fuck you, dude. Go do what we did. It was awesome.
Your motherfucks Volkswagen.
Your motherfucker. At the top of pitch 16, you do start to feel like, okay, we've done something, but we got to keep going because
we
we're
have 6 more pitches.
Yeah. And trying to break that up with your partner, you know, your climbing partner. You don't want to be like, you know, each of us has 6 more pitches to climb. Whereas, you know, being on lead is the sharp end. That's where you can get hurt. That's where you're the most focused. So you're really trying to like play out how the rest of your day is gonna go. But yeah, we've got, you know, top of 16, looking at the route. Took us a while to find the rest of the route, but yeah, we're looking for 17 through 22, and you know, no one's coming to help. Like expect
Yeah.
expect to self-rescue.
Yes.
Good job, boys. You've put yourself the fuck on out here. Now, like, are you boys or men? You know, it's not going to be fucking graceful at all if you're not men. So, yeah, walked lookers right to the climbing line and tried to figure out a route. Again, we're following bolts. You know, went back left. Very much didn't know what the fuck was going on. We're dehydrated. We're tired. We're underfed. We're basically mountain orphans. But yeah, one more look at the route on Mountain Project. Figured out we had to go lookers right a bit more. So yeah, we went out that way and found the bolt line and started climbing again. It was way more beneficial to go up than down. We weren't going down at this point, committed. So yeah, started climbing, and given that it was my route, it actually started out pretty fucking easy. Like, it was like 5'8".
No, it was 5'9". 5'9", 90 feet, 10 bolts, climb the dihedral, and pass a couple bulges onto the blade.
Yeah, it leads you into it.
Yeah, it's much appreciated. Like,
Yes.
all right, let's ease
Yes.
into this one.
No doubt. Copy that. So that was pitch 17. And then we got to pitch 18.
Right back into 5'10" territory.
Hooey. So the whole time we'd been convincing ourselves that the upper pitches were like, how is this 22 pitches? Like, looking at it.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of...
We thought that, like, as we get higher, the pitches got shorter.
Yeah.
It did not play out that way.
It did not play out that way.
Especially with this one.
You're tired. You're dehydrated. You're up to kind of overhang on pitch 17, and you're psyched that it's Andy's pitch.
Yeah, I started pitch 18, and like it's a 5'10" C/D, and it's just immediately like a little overhang to pull right off the bat.
It didn't give a shit if we were there or not.
No.
It was ready to fucking spit us off of it.
Yeah.
And have no means of rescue.
I mean, that was the crux of that pitch. Like, it was after
Yeah.
that, it was kind
The
of smooth
beginning.
sailing.
Yeah,
It was just like an endurance after that. Because,
For
like,
sure.
I thought I would miss the anchors, and I was going on to the
No,
next
definitely.
one. I was like, dude, like, I'm running
Yeah.
out of draws. Like,
Stupid, man.
yeah, that was a long pitch, but solid belay.
Yeah,
Once
the
I got
pitches
to
don't
the
get
anchor.
shorter as you're going up higher.
Yeah.
Don't make our mistake.
Yeah.
Maybe sleep more too.
Yes. That would be definitely a good addition.
Pitch 19. Give me the description if you would.
Pitch 19 was a 510C, 75 feet, 10 bolts, which I think it was more than 10. Thin slab leads up to the left to the beautiful rock, and then back right on desperate, tricky holes.
Oh,
This one
yeah.
was rough, dude.
Yeah.
This one was rough.
That was my really rough one, right?
Yeah.
All right, full disclosure, I fucking hang dog the shit out of this route.
Dude,
It didn't
I
matter.
I think I followed you and had to hang on one.
No doubt. All good, man. Yeah, no, full disclosure, don't care. No style points. Yeah, this was like bolt to bolt, figuring it out,
Yeah.
sorting out, just getting the fucking draw into the next bolt, and hanging on it. And fuck you if you've never done that. We weren't going back down.
Yeah, this is pitch, like
Yeah,
19.
Yeah. All good.
Yeah. Which
Yep.
then leads us to pitch 20.
Pitch 20.
Dude,
Pitch 20.
yeah, dude, this one was a much needed 5.8.
Yeah.
Like, after that last one, you're just like, I don't know if I can keep climbing. And then you get to this 5.8 and you're like, oh yeah, I can still climb. Like, it's like, oh yeah.
Andy, right?
Oh yeah, 20. After doing like leading 20, I was just like I said, like after following you up 19, I was like, fuck, I don't know, man. Like, this is rough. Like, I don't know if my body can keep climbing like this. And then after doing 20, I'm like,
19
oh
fucking
yeah,
sucked.
like we can keep climbing. We're good.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is what climbing feels like, But yeah, 20 wasn't bad at all. It was a much needed 5.8, and I was thankful for it.
Yeah.
I remember yelling down to you like, dude, we needed this,
Yeah.
like,
You said smooth sailing.
yeah.
And I remember being fucking out of it enough to be like, we're climbing, not sailing.
Yeah.
Just keep climbing.
But then that leads us to your last lead, pitch 21, dude.
Yeah. And we'll put that on tile number 5. Pitch 21 of a pitch 22 climb doesn't mean shit. It also means everything.
This is your last lead, dude. How did that
Yeah.
feel? Like, to be like, all right, if I get to the top, like, that's it. Like,
Yeah. That part of it was incredible.
Yeah.
It was incredible to feel like I could get us within range of...
Summit.
Yeah. Like, I'm tired of the vertical world.
Yeah.
I'm tired of the heat. I'm tired of fucking all of it. Like, I truly respect anybody who's fucked with Mount fucking El Capitan or Half Dome, where it's just like a sheer wall. Like, at least we had ledges, But, yeah, getting to the anchors at the top of a 5.9 minus climb and being so just wiped out, being able to clip the anchors and like turn my head back towards the valley and be like, Andy, off, and just knowing that like whatever happens next as far as elite climb goes is on him.
Yeah.
It was quite nice. I felt like I had done my fucking job. That's how I felt.
Nope.
Yeah. The water was fucked. I was so thirsty, but
Yeah, we
knowing
didn't
that,
have water for those last like 6 pitches. did we?
yeah, that last block was rough, dude.
Yeah.
It was rough, and we knew it.
Yeah.
But we weren't going down.
No, yeah, it was getting cooler, but it's still hot, and
Yeah.
I mean, at that point we didn't have the sun beating on us because of the position in the rock. I think we were in the shade for most
Yeah.
of it, but still, doing all that without any water, you're just like,
Nervous, higher off the ground than you've been all day. Like, your body feels that, dude. But, yeah, got us up. Pitch 21. Pitch 22.
Pitch 22, the final pitch. Man, that one was, it's a 5-10. Finished her strong, I guess,
Fuck yeah, dude.
The 5-10 move was over like a little mini roof. It's not even like a roof. It was just like a pullover.
Let's get you into the roof. Easy climbing up to
the
roof.
Yeah, easy climbing, and then all of a sudden this thing comes out of nowhere.
Andy takes it to the roof.
Well, like, so the bolt line veers to the right to get you to this roof. I'm like, no. Like, we can face climb up here. No, but they veer to the right, so you have to pull this little fucking roof. I'm like, fuck, like, why do they do this?
So fucking ready to be done.
Yeah.
So Andy hits the roof. He goes, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. Why? Nobody likes these. Why do they do this? I just want to go home.
Let us go home.
I was bitching so much. Like, yeah.
Like, this fucker took 2 years to bolt this, and we get it, and we respect him.
Yeah.
Like, we're just trying to do this shit in a day with 3 hours of sleep. Like, let us go home.
Yeah, so I think I said fuck that and went my own way. And I ran it out a little bit more than I should have. I think I skipped 1 or 2 bolts.
No doubt. It's funny how, like, being not climbing the route is also very much bolder.
Oh, dude, like, if I would have fallen there, it would have been game over.
Not good.
Yeah, and that was in my mind,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, like weighing those options.
Yeah.
Like, do I try to do this exhausted?
Yeah.
Or do I, like, climb this face right here? And
Yeah.
if I fall, I'm
Let
fucked.
us go home.
Like, I was like, whatever. I'm just gonna power up it. So I powered up it and got us back on route and
fuck yeah, mate.
topped off. And just, that was the coolest feeling in the world. Like,
It was wild, dude.
just looked back down to you and was like, Seth, off belay, and just fucking, like, power fisted the air, like, yeah. And yeah, that was cool as hell. I had a sweet ledge to just sit on and look out, and I remember looking down. So like the trail you take to get to the approach trail, there's all these other, like, single pitch climbs, and I remember looking down and seeing those little teeny tiny rocks. Like, I was like, that's what those motherfuckers are climbing. Like, dude, it's like a school for ants, like, they were just so small. I mean, not to downgrade anything those people were doing down there.
Fuck those
but,
people.
dude, like, I was just like, wow, like, that's like...
It's the biggest thing we've ever climbed. It's the most terrain vertically.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
But just looking at it and, like, just seeing, like, the little specks that were people and just being like, we just accomplished so much more than that. That was a cool feeling. Yeah. And just looking out at Provo and Lake Utah, and it was, I don't know what time. I think it was like 6 p.m. or somewhere around there. Perfect time because the sun was going, like, the sun was, like, just right. It's like not quite golden hour, but it was just beautiful, dude. Like, and then belayed you up. We get to the top, and dude, just the colors, dude. Like, everything was so much
mild grade psychedelic trip.
Dude, yeah, like, so much more colorful up there. Just might have been the dehydration, might have been like a climber's high, but like,
What's that put us at, like 2-2? Let's call it even.
Yeah, call it even.
And the gambler, he broke even. Oh my God, man. Here we are, guys. Is that Salt Lake City? It is, right? Or, I mean,
Provo.
Yeah, but that's not even Salt Lake.
No, Salt Lake City's 40 minutes north.
I know, but is that Salt Lake?
Oh, no, that's Utah Lake.
Okay, fuck. I
Salt
don't
Lake's
even know
way north.
where we're climbing anymore. Oh, guys. Holy fuck. How you doing, buddy? How's life?
Boy,
Fucking hell.
So delighted.
So delighted. Whew.
Like, oh, dude, I just remember like it being so green up there.
We had
just,
no business going up there.
Oh, yeah.
On the amount of sleep, on the amount of
but
food.
we made it.
But
like,
we fucking made it.
And I mean, we just looked exhausted, and we were exhausted, and I wanted to make
Total bullshit. I
Yeah.
love that we got to the top and it was just like everything else from here is downhill. Fucking.
I just thought it was
We
funny
are
because like
so-
you're like getting all your stuff like ready to go downhill, and I'm just like, wait, we gotta have gushers. You know, you're just like, like
I would have considered you a clone if we had not had done the gushers, ritual.
yeah.
man.
Oh, but yeah, that was awesome.
Fuck me.
Yeah, we carried those gushers all the way up. But yeah, gushered it up, as is tradition.
This is tradition.
And yeah, made some phone calls, let people know we were still alive, and we had made it to the top.
First of all, like climbing past you / hiking, walking past you. Main thoughts are on dehydration. If we hadn't climbed what we have climbed, I'd be like, hey, dude, get us the fuck off of here. And I want to climb up to where you're at. Fuck your phone. Fuck your pictures.
Yeah.
We're just like, we get it. We understand the fucking like, yeah, it sucks, dude. But no reason to not take pictures. It's not going to put any water down our gullets.
Yeah. And I'm glad we did, you know, like we would have wanted to, especially that summit pick, like that me on that top of the last pitch, like I wanted that, you know. Like I was like,
Fuck you, like there was bare minimum, no bullshit, a full minute of getting on top, and you're like, yeah, we did it, and it just like it did not sink in.
yeah.
It was very much just like, okay,
Alright,
cool. Like
now
yeah,
we gotta
like,
go back down, or now we gotta go down. You know,
no,
like,
not even that. Just
No.
like fuck, I need these shoes off my feet. It just felt like another ledge.
yeah.
It was like, oh, just all right, let's get the fucking approach shoes back on so I can get my feet out of these Chinese finger traps and not have to deal with that.
I don't
But,
know, man. For me, like
Yeah, how was it for you?
I like when we got to the top, I was just like, I don't know, like we did it, you know, like it wasn't another ledge to me. It was like,
You felt
fuck,
it.
yeah, like
Yeah.
no
You were
more.
first up though.
Yeah.
You were first up.
We got, yeah, like
No shit.
I would like no more up.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
no
like,
more up.
no more up. And we're just like, we did it, you know, like 'cause I mean I had set out to do this climb for a while now,
Fuck
you know,
yeah, man.
and we attempted
Did
it so many times, and like it's
all
just,
the groundwork.
yeah, and just we did it, you know, like that's what was going through my head, and like I just, yeah, I was just so glad you were there with me to do it, dude.
Holy shit. Whew. What's our ratio of hours to sleep versus pitches climbed? You're you're the engineer, yeah. Fuck.
4 hours of climbing to 1 hour of sleep.
We're just cool like that.
Dude, like, and just we got to the top, and like we were talking about, like just everything was so much more vibrant. Like I remember like talking to you, I was like, do you smell like vegetables? You know, like the plants, like the smell of the plants were, you know,
Yeah.
that much more vibrant. The colors were vibrant. Like I thought we had died and we were in like Elysium, dude. Like everything was just so pretty, and like just taking in that moment. Like I didn't want to go down, you know. I was like let's chill here, but
I hear you.
we also had no water, and we were
Yeah.
getting pretty thirsty. So
I had the same thing. It was like, dude, let's bask in this glory.
yeah.
For a minute.
That's like I've wanted this for so long, and it's like
fuck yeah.
here it is. You know, I didn't want to leave it. You know, and eventually we had to leave it. You know, like it was like, all right, like we have a 4-mile hike down, and no water, so we, let's get her going.
Point.
Yeah.
No doubt.
And but that walk down was like just beautiful, dude. Like I said, we were on a climber's high, dehydrated, you know, like probably seeing most of the shit we were seeing, you know, like
wild.
But taking breaks, you know, like, you know, it was like a double-edged sword, you know. I was like, I didn't want to take breaks, I just wanted to go.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we were pretty tired, so I was like, all right, let's take breaks. But I was like, man, like if I stop, I don't know if I'll be able to start again.
No doubt.
You know, it's like, oh my god. But I remember just being so thirsty on the way down, and like that's when you saw it.
Mana
Hand in there.
from fucking heaven right now. Holy shit. Oh. Oh.
That's when you saw that water.
Is it potable? Dude, it's on a fucking pedestal.
Oh, dude. I didn't, you were like, no fucking way. And I'm like, what? And then I look up.
For real.
And just a water fountain. like this was well on the way down, people. Like, not at the top. We're not at the summit anymore. We're all the way down on the main
If you
path.
understand anything about plumbing, nobody's running pipes.
But yeah, we on the main path. We make it all the way down to the main path, and we're just counting the bridges on the way back, and we're just like, and then there was a water fountain.
Straight
and we're just
up.
like, but we just indulged in the water.
Gorged.
Yeah, and just it was the best tasting water ever. We actually didn't drink as much as I thought we would. Like, we drank quite a bit, but like then we're like, all right, we're good, let's go. You know, like
I'd probably put myself at like 14 to 15 gallons.
yeah. We just fucking did all of that.
It's unreal. It's unreal, people. Oh my god.
But so yeah, then we go the rest of the way to the parking lot, and that's one of the coolest things ever happened, at least in my opinion.
Andy and I get back down towards the parking lot that we drove 8.5 hours minimum to get to, and these kids are climbing up, clearly from the college campus in town.
Mm-hmm.
They're just going for like a single pitch of rope length of whatever, and they see us coming down just like covered in fucking sarcasm and
manliness,
dude.
Yeah, these kids, they were just little teenagers and getting on something in the evening before the sun goes down, and we just kind of like walk past each other, and they just say, hey, what'd you guys get on? And we tiredly said,
Andy took the lead on this one.
Yeah,
And he said Squawstruck.
Squawstruck.
And you saw eyebrows raise.
Yeah, these kids were like, whoa, did you do all 22 pitches?
Like, who the fuck are you guys?
And I replied, yep.
Because that's all you have fucking energy for.
And these kids, like, I just see it in their eyes. It was the coolest thing ever. They were just like, oh my god, like, that's my life dream.
Yeah.
To do that route that you guys just did. And like, for the first time in my life, like, this was the coolest feeling ever. I don't know if you got this, Seth, but like, I've always looked up to other climbers. I see people as better climbers as me, and I look up to them and stuff, but like, we were those climbers that day, Seth. Like, they were looking up to us, and to be in those shoes and to like have that feeling, that was the first time anyone's looked up to me in that aspect.
No
and
shit.
Like, dude, like, I was just like, I probably had the biggest shit-eating grin on my face.
You did.
Right,
you were
there.
caprophagic.
Yeah. But I was just like, dude, like, we're them now. We're the dudes that we looked up
awesome,
to.
dude.
Like, yeah,
all right,
like, and
all
those
right.
kids, like, were looking up to us. And I was like, and yeah, they thought we were like gods among men.
Straight up.
Like,
They had about 12 quick draws amongst them.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, where are they going?
But just that was the coolest part, in my opinion, was those kids, like, and then seeing us and intermingling just for like the 2 minutes we did.
Yeah.
You know, and then they just like heard what we just got off of, and they were just like, "That's what I want to do with my life." You know, is what you guys just did. And it was
Fuck
like,
yeah, man.
I was like, "Damn,
That's awesome.
you guys need better dreams." But that was a cool moment for me.
Hell yeah. So we leave the parking lot heroes. Yes. You laugh, but yes. And get back to Andy's Tacoma. And, I mean, we're hurting. It's who gives a shit, because it's rough on our whole bodies. Nobody understands what we've been through except for me and Andy. And we understand it in depth. I'll just say that. It is at this point in time about food. It is about hydration. It is about sleep.
Yes.
And so we use our phones to go about those three things: food, hydration, and sleep. First, we go into Red Robin's. We get burgers with eggs on them. We explain ourselves to the waitress. She does really not give a shit.
Yeah, she was
Go on. But yeah, there's no hurt, kind of like 22 pitches with some inkling, but no real business being up there type vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Neither of us could have done it by ourselves, and there's nothing better than going and doing something that you never thought you could with a brother who is just kind of pushing the envelope. That's the takeaway from my end. What do you got?
Yeah, just that picture that your mom posted on Facebook of the two of us when we were little. Like, we've known each other since we were born,
dude.
You know?
Yeah.
And that picture of us when we were
knee-high
like,
to a grasshopper.
Yeah, like we have like the bowl cuts and stuff.
Fucking
you know,
A,
like
yeah. Lloyd
just
Christmas.
going way back, dude. And we're still killing it. You know, still,
Fuck yeah,
still
dude.
killing it together. We're still doing stuff, and it's just a cool feeling.
Fuck yeah, man.
I appreciate that picture your mom posted.
Me
That was pretty
too,
cool.
dude.
Yeah.
That definitely put it in perspective for
Yeah.
me. I was like, holy shit. Like,
Yeah.
she's right, you
Yeah.
know?
Lifelong buddies, freaking doing cool shit.
Fucking A, man.
Lifelong.
Copy that.
Yep.
Cheers, man.